because like you didn't just have snakes and ladders, man. You turned that thing around. Ludo. Checkers. You turned that shit around, pick up sticks.
A yellow bunch of games.
We had that 12 in one set. Welcome to the GenC podcast. It's me, Rizan Rose, one of the hosts. With me, as always, is the sexiest father
Of the year.
of the year. Say man, our prince. Most in your heart, but min on the diesel. JP Jackson.
I like the
Min on the diesel
Min
is
on the
crazy.
diesel.
Next to him, rapping even less diesel. From the heart of the south. We're gonna do a proper introduction to after this.
Yeah.
But it's a friend of the show. Someone that you're gonna be happy that you'll get to know. It's Nabeel. Omar.
Wow.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Nah, bro, listen, JP said something sexual, bro, and I'm turned.
Activated.
I'm activated.
Of course.
I'm feeling childish Gambino.
But can we just acknowledge the set?
Away.
It's giving festive. It's giving the bonuses klar.
I'm already sweating movies, bro. You're the bonus is Whoa.
But thank you again to Paul for setting this up.
Our imaginary friend.
Yep.
Yeah.
Shout out, Paul.
Shout out to Paul.
And shout out to the main audio listener. Lyle Solo.
Okay.
What's good?
Yeah.
Welcome to you and also to the people listening on Spotify and Apple. Welcome.
Sure.
How you doing, brother? Yes, like it.
Nah, I'm decent.
For the audio, Lizard is locking eyes.
Yeah,
with
but
Lyle.
I'm a bit shy, man. I'm a
It's
bit
like-
shy.
Check me out. Check me out.
Listen. If you could see what I saw,
Oh.
you'd be the same. Don't knock it till you try it.
So let's get So for the audience that doesn't know you, Nabeel, who is Nabeel?
Okay. I'm Nabeel. By profession, data engineer. For who I am today is a board game designer for 33.
We actually like.
That was almost like a Batman, Omar.
Yeah.
It's like by day.
Oh,
Without the money, guys.
So how this actually sort of came about is I'm a fan of his work. You know, like when someone writes a Just book or makes a Just, I'm like, I'm a fan of their work.
Yeah.
That's what made a game.
A game.
An add-on to start, but now he's out here bringing us to you a full game, which we're gonna get into. Just like wait.
Be patient with us.
But first, we need to get to know this character right now. This is a renaissance man, if you will. I actually want to throw first in, like, I know JP normally does the things, but I want to talk about Mr. Mosubs. Mowbray Suburbs. I want to know just what made you sort of come up with that particular persona? What made you come up with the music? What was the inspiration behind just that persona, that music? Yeah, just tell us about Mowbray Suburbs, Mr. Mosubs.
Okay. So, I'll start with the name. So, originally, most of my life I lived in Mowbray. And then back, I would say, early university, I started making music and then I needed a artist name. Okay. So, during that time, there was a lot of rappers in the world, like Lol something. So then I said, before that even, we were in the car with some of my friends and then he had this argument of that he lived in Rondebosch East. But you know how it goes. Like,
Please.
Okay, wait.
We actually need this.
Okay, before I want to win this fight though. Okay, so I was like, if you think of boundaries, right? Geographically, how borders are made, they're either separated by mountainous areas or like lakes I mean, not lakes, rivers.
Yeah.
So in terms of urban areas, you're normally separated by roads or railways, right? So we had this whole argument of like, he says he lives in Rondebosch East. So obviously, pop up Google Maps, and I said, yeah, you live in Crawford. But there's nothing wrong with Crawford. That's nice, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, what's it called? There's Pedro's and stuff there. Like, there's nice Woolies is there, you know?
There's a Pedro's.
Continue. Then, so I'm like, he's like, no. So I was like, you live over the railway, over the bridge, which means that you live in Crawford. Then he's like, nah, I live in Rondebosch East. And then he threw me back. He's like, yeah, you live in... So I live on the border almost. I used to live on the border of like close to... in Mowbray, but like it's close to Rondebosch basically.
Yeah.
So he was like, you don't even live in Mowbray. You live in Rondebosch. So I was like, no, on my like my pay slips it will say Mowbray. And then I was like, let me use that. I'll call myself Low Mowbray. And then over time I'll call myself Mowbray Suburbs. Yeah. And then Mo Subs for short, because if you play games, you can't have it so long.
Can I just say, that was my favorite. Because now there's a lot of you out there. Please don't unsubscribe. Where you out, you're like, nah, I live in this area. Can't you live in Strandfontein? Leave Lower Musenberg alone.
That's what I'm saying. That's what...
But it's such a violence. No, I mean, we understand each other. I'm sorry.
But it's almost like, when you buy stuff from like Facebook or like Gumtree, they'll say like, I live in Athlone, but there's like, no, you live in
Silvertown.
Yeah, so you'd... I don't know if it's a Cape Town thing.
So did you actually win that argument, or are you just winning this one now?
No, I still haven't won. Okay, I think till this day I haven't won.
What I also appreciated, was like you're sort of educating us on the urban areas are separated by. So you actually studied civil engineering.
Yeah, but that came from pettiness, not from my degree. So, calm down.
Explain.
I don't think people understood you there. No. It sounded like you said you got your degree from pettiness. But the argument you made, I was segueing.
Oh, okay, sorry. Now I want to lie to people because it's almost like I've got a whole degree just so I could waste the money. Imagine, no,
I'm not gonna lie. Now that you've said it, it kind of feels like something you would do now. So let's go back.
Okay.
So I feel like JP was going to ask this question, but no, you go ahead. Now, so I'm going to start from university. I'm so you studied engineering. What made you sort of pursue that particular career?
So like if you good at maths and science, people tell you go to engineering, and then then they said what type of engineering, and then civil engineering was the one that's more humanitarian, I would say, more directly because you're working with people, so you're working with roads, structures, water. So I was like, okay, let's go into that and see how it goes. But it's also, because it's engineering, you'll still have that problem solving element, which I like. Yeah.
I thought they always used to explain that if you want to get your hands dirty, you must start at mechanic.
So if you don't want to get your hands dirty, no, engineers don't. They design. We do this.
Okay.
Click. Yes, we do go inside, but yeah.
I asked Nabeel, so you were a data engineer, and I asked Nabeel, is that like data scientist? And he's like, no, we are considered plumbers. Explain. Say more.
The thing is, data science is basically making models, using data, making models, making predictions using the data. But the data in itself needs to be organized, needs to be sorted, and it needs to be cleaned for analysis. So that's where a data engineer comes in. So one of the, I would say, primary things that data engineers do is that they they create these things called pipelines. So you extract from a data source, either like from a website or from like an API, then you transform, which is basically you're either cleaning it or you're making your table big or into smaller, changing the amount of columns that you need, and then you load it into like either set format or set place for analysis. So say you have the database of the government, you're asking for that, you want it for your data model. Then you're like, but I only want these 5 columns. But then in those 5 columns, it's also dirty. So then, and you want it to be updated every day. So that's what my pipeline would do. I'll extract it from the government website, clean it for that schema, and then I present it for you for analysis.
And Jay's fluid.
Yeah, so that's why we call plumbers, because we work with pipelines.
So then what would be like the equivalent of a plumber's crack? Is it if you use Windows versus Mac? Is that like the distinction?
Some people do make fun if you like use Mac. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't know.
That could be, yeah.
I don't know. I never even thought of that. But
JP thinks of everything.
Nah, because I think
Yo.
JP's too clever.
this is wild though.
Because JP has an answer.
Yeah, he probably does.
He probably does.
What?
For the question.
For the
you asked.
question that you asked, I mean, like you have a question.
Oh,
What? No, what do you call nah, for me, it's actually the equipment usually. Because they would say, like, why are you using that?
Yeah.
Or 64 or 32, but it's not going to handle the data and those type of things.
That brings me to the question again. What does JP do?
So, Nabeel, you actually went to Westerford, which
Yes,
I would...
No, because when you say stuff, I'm like, what else are you gonna say? Like,
That's also why I was starting the questions, because like I'm friendly fire.
I'm not gonna be like, when you were 6, you were wearing a big shit. Like, I'm like, hey, like,
No, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. So I would regard Westerford as one of the good schools.
Yes, sir.
in South.
Yeah.
And predominantly, or at least in the past, there were not a lot of people of color at said school. How have you found your experience? Because you know, when we were growing up, it was first to go to Model C. You get to go to this good school. How did you find that as a POC?
I think for me, like, okay, during my era, I can't speak for former or future. I think for me, like, Westwood kind of just said, like, do your own thing, but do it well, basically. So they always encourage you to do things. So I also didn't, maybe it was just a me thing. I just like mingled with everybody. So I didn't see people. Yes, I did see color, but like, obviously I see the individual first and then for what they are. So, but it was also everybody was doing their own things. So I think like, I don't know if this is a bad thing to say. Okay, relatively compared to the other schools, our school spirit isn't like the best. Like we don't have the best songs. Like who went to Windisia, Kolisi? Which school did they go?
Weinberg.
See, you're not gonna. I don't think, like we don't have that.
You're not gonna go.
It's not that it's bad. Yeah, you know what I mean. But like,
yeah.
So we don't have that. Like I think our spirit is almost, or at least during that era, is like our individuality in a sense. So like, yeah, that's my experience. Yeah. So it was fine for me.
Nice.
Yeah.
So then when you were standing on the side of the field with your rugby shorts
Yo!
and...
Did it happen?
Yeah.
Did you find that experience just neutral and expressing yourself?
Yeah, I was, you know.
What was you doing?
I don't even the PFC thing. It was like you weren't that good at rugby. Like that's the thing. Like it was compulsory. So I had to do it.
So no, because I think for us it's nice to know that it was such a pleasant experience because integration is hard, right?
Yeah.
And when you are like this first batch that go through it, like you said, you don't know the experiences before you, but in your time it was relatively pleasant. And I think the more we open up these spaces, the better it becomes for all of us. And I think that's really something that we can leverage on going forward.
So I went to the Settlers. So and we are kind of similar age. Towards like the latter parts of Settlers, it became like a Settlers Westerford contact.
Did we have derby days together?
Like there was like a period where like all our sports you play against all your sports.
Yes.
So that's what I call that a contact, not a derby. Derby's like if we don't grand.
No, that's what we call that. We go have a derby day with you. We play. We verse you in all sports that we provide and you provide.
Okay. You see, like again, I'm trying to be friendly. So I was gonna ask you, like, do you have any memories from like just like beating settlers or completely losing to settlers.
Yo, we probably lost. I don't know. I'm only saying this to appease you. Yeah. If I say, yeah, now we dominated you.
No, you must say it. You must say it with your chest.
Because I feel like our hockey, we probably did.
Yeah.
Water polo probably did.
Yeah.
Did we have water polo?
I don't know. I'm just saying.
We had a pool just outside. The other side we had water polo. Like in the comments, settlers, did you have water polo? Your pool was outside, Nabeel.
Yeah, but,
I'm asking.
well, our pool was also outside. Like, what does that mean?
Oh, damn.
Yeah. Like,
That's
what's
a
going
bad
on?
idea.
Yeah,
Water
like,
polo.
what's going on? Yeah.
JP played water polo.
I did. I enjoyed the sport very much.
What position did he play, JP?
Okay, he didn't play. Decided to play water. Relax. Okay, calm.
Okay, sorry. So after Westerford, you went to go study at UCT.
Mm-hmm.
And you joined something called the UCT Anime Society. Is that correct?
Okay. Yeah.
Nabeel, this movie that comes from
Yeah, I know.
So
But it was like, anyway, yeah.
was it the jump too big, or was it like?
No, just like, oh, okay. Like, yeah.
So I just want to ask you basically, is that like, what spurred your love for anime, and then do you have any sort of favorites back then? And are they your favorites still now? Do you have new favorites now, basically?
But you see, we're talking about anime, we can talk this whole podcast.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, no, I always like anime from a young age. Like, so obviously, okay, for me, it's either Pokemon, Dragon Ball Z, or Yu-Gi-Oh! And then it started there, and then Naruto came, and then I started like seeing myself in Naruto. So like his whole hero's journey, you know what I mean?
Wow.
Not the smartest, but like I'm gonna be Okage. Okay, I'm gonna be like Okage, but like I'm gonna be the best, you know what I mean? And he always like he wasn't like if you see how he solves problems, it's not always the conventional way, but he gets the job done. So when people always like, how did you do this? And then yeah, so it was quite nice seeing someone that was perceived as like almost like he was an underdog in a sense, and then he became like loved by all and very successful. And then obviously the anime club, because I was like I wanted to get more into anime, and that was nice. A lot of people that also watch stuff like that I do, and then later also I got into One Piece, and then yeah. But how deep are you? Like, do you do conspiracy theory One Piece? Like
Okay, ask me.
like the theories of like who's gonna die, what is Luffy's like end goal, what is the One Piece, Albaf, what's actually happening there. I don't want to say too much, but yeah.
So for the purpose of those that are watching this, I also don't want to say too much, but One Piece is a personality for me.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. One Piece is definitely a personality for me. So I wanted to ask you, within the sort of like anime society, basically, that you belong, anime club, if you will, what was it like? Is there like this manga sharing? Is it like do you guys dress up and cosplay? What are the type of things that you would get into within this particular space?
So I have like screenings, like monthly screenings, and then if you want like some anime recommendations, you go there. They also have like a cosplay competition. They also had the thing called UConn. I don't know if they still do it at UCT, which is basically an anime expo. So you can do stuff. It's basically like me plus anime. If you like anime, it was very chill at the end of the day. It's like, if you like anime, just come. Yeah.
So you said Pokemon was the first one.
Yeah.
Right? So if you start looking at the
It's
like
still easier.
so like recently Pokemon Go, or a company built a data model around Pokemon Go for geolocation.
Oh yeah.
So and then they sold this on for. So when the data and anime merges together, do you just like clock?
Yes. It is a thing. Yeah.
So then it's almost like you bringing the anime world into real life, and that kind of application, is that something that you are interested in the future as well?
That's cool. Even like I like making music, so then it's like with Spotify and data, mixing those together, what are the possibilities? That's what I like.
Yeah.
I can't say no because I have a project that I want to make. But I don't want to give out the thing now. Yeah.
Because I think a lot of the times when we do go and study things, we don't like not necessarily filter it into our lives, but we think like work is work and this is what I enjoy.
Oh, yes.
And then sometimes there is a space where you can marry these two and get the enjoyment that we want just by being who we are.
I can't hide my face.
But I think it's just a thing of, I don't think you must see degree as degree. I think you should see degree as skill set.
Yeah.
So like for me, it's like, okay, you have Excel, but I can use the skills from Excel and using accounting, using engineering.
Yeah.
Even if like someone who did public speaking, you can use a podcast, you can do like literature and all of that. So it's just like, I just see things as, okay, what skills can I attain? How can I apply it to said project? Yeah.
Yes. So how did you apply the said skills to your project?
This has become very interesting. So okay, from the engineering aspect, in terms of the artwork and stuff, because I did a lot of construction drawings. Okay, it's not very artistic. It's like yes, it's like squares and
Hexagon.
but it's like, in order to make sure things are aligned and stuff, my experience in construction drawing has helped me with that.
So my mind went to workflows because when I see this on a map and it says that directly goes this way, then like the blocks or the round things is databases and the hexagons are platforms where information transforms.
Okay.
So that's why I was like, hexagons.
Fully geeking out.
I use that probability to determine. So this is essentially in board game terms. This is a event tech. So event tech is to provide randomness to your game. Always to make almost like a natural feel of uncertainty, like life essentially. You don't know what's gonna happen. So there are good cards, there's bad cards, and there's just neutral cards. So using like probability calculations there, I did that. So like I had to make sure that it's slightly good instead of bad. In terms of the cards, I had to coded for these cards, which is also something I didn't realize I was gonna do, because I was like, it's just a half an hour thing. Last week I was still coding on this thing, because there's a bunch of words, we have to categorize them, I have to clean them, I have to ensure that certain cards are only on one side of the card, all of those things. So it's become a lot of things that I ended up doing, even like soft skills. When I have to, one of the most important things with board game testing is, with board games is play testing. So obviously, like you take it around, you play it. So there's a lot of soft skills because I have to be like almost like an anthropologist and be like, hey, so this card, how did this make you feel? You know what I mean? Like literally like that. Or you can be passive and then you're there, but you don't want them to know that you're there because you want them to understand it by themselves. Because if you're there, then it's like you're influencing a lot of the fun and a lot of the understanding. So there's a lot of that I have to consider. And also like even words. Like engineers aren't really, like there's this whole assumption that engineers aren't very good at writing and stuff. So I have to like, I don't make the ChatGPT. But then even then you have to make the wording concise, can't be long, because my thing is also a party game. If you're reading a paragraph, people will be like, nah, snore. So there's a whole lot of
But I think let's maybe take one step back, Nabeel.
Okay.
In that the actual conception of a board game. What made you, because in our spaces we play board games often in party settings, holidays.
Yes.
We whip it out and then that's when we play again. So what made you decide?
Okay.
Just move on. What made you decide to actually create one?
So I thought about this question. Like, I don't think you did. You told me this. So I was gonna give like the standard one, like, you know, when I grew up, I played board games like I always wanted.
I was playing in the sand.
Yeah, and then I fell in love with trivia, fun games, and this is the way. But to be honest, I was adjacent. I was just walking past, and then this is how it came. So how it actually came was, I was doing structural engineering, and then I was coding in structural engineering, and I liked the coding that was in there. And then I started seeing a lot of people moving into the tech space. So I was like, okay, how do I get into there? Because this is fun. I like the coding part of the structural engineering. So it turns out there was data engineering, which a lot of the practices that they do in there is that I was doing in my actual practice. And then I had to figure out, okay, so how do I get there? So first thing is that, another 4 years degree, because a lot of computer scientists do that, or software engineers, they go into that. So I was like, I'm going to do another 4 years.
Yeah.
Like, I can't, I really lost my soul. My soul's there on Jamie Step somewhere.
No more low.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, all our souls is somewhere at the university.
Department steps.
Oh, my. And so they said, okay, let's, it is recommended you do coding projects. So, and then that's how you exhibit your coding talent. Because they say you, as engineer, you have your problem solving, but is it applicable within code?
Okay.
So I made 2 projects. So one was, what was it? So I calculate for the year that if for a given amount of leave days you want to provide, I can tell you where the best time you want to take your leave.
Wow.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool.
But you see, how my ideas come up is like always random. Like my mother was saying back in her day when she was working, her and her colleagues would come in the beginning of the year and they look at the calendar and then they look for all the public holidays and they can see where they can. So if you're like there's a public holiday on the Thursday, best believe you're taking on Friday. So like Thursday, Friday, nobody's there. So I was like, okay, this is fine. Let me do a coding project like that. So I did that. But that wasn't, for me, yes, it was cool, but it didn't show like data engineering stuff. And then there was, I did like the Spotify playlisting, which it extracts data from Spotify every week from a playlist, and then it gives you like the stats of it, because each song has like, in Spotify, each song has a characteristic. So it's like, besides like how long the song is, there has tempo, valence, loudness. There's a whole lot of things that they use for their metrics for the song, for the algorithms. I did that. So I made the data it's good for analysis. And then the other project was based on this, where I was like, okay, let's make a app. So the app would be a trivia-based game. Have a bunch of words that a describer must have, and they must explain to the team. But I said, as a twist, each round, let's make it slightly different. So maybe the duration that you have decreases, or the penalty will increase, or you might lose a player, like stuff like that. And then I was like, this is funny, because I played trivia-based games in the past, but it's like, it always gets a bit redundant. So I was like, if I do this is cool. But this is all just like for my coding portfolio. And then first I didn't know front-end at the time. And I was like, I don't want to get into this. I'm tired. So I was like, okay, let me see if I can do it in analog. So basically just paper, cardboard. So I played it at a friend's house, and I just had like a few cards. I took like elements from different board games, and I just used it. I said, let's play it like this. And then it worked, but then I just didn't end up doing it as a project. And I finished the Spotify. Okay, eventually get the job. Okay, I'm data engineer now. But then I was like, okay, I'm still going to work on this board game / trivia, but as a side thing, because eventually you have to upgrade your portfolio every year, just because to stay relevant. You know? But then I still wanted to make sure that if I iron it out in terms of a board game, then when I bring it into an app, then I have a good basis. Yeah. But it was still like, man, this is fun, And then over time, like, okay, started adding more elements. People started liking it. I was like, why are you liking this? It's just like, I just need this to work. To work. And then it just became this whole thing now. And now I'm like, this is a whole board game. But before it started off with like, and it's basically also like kind of started in the shower. That's where all my ideas come from. You know what I mean? You take a shower, you're like, and then now I'm here. So it's like,
at what temperature was it? Was it moon rising? Was it? Were we at?
Can I just say, done this bit before? You didn't have it, because he's gonna ask you what shampoo did you use.
Come on, bro. Come on.
That's a vibe.
Wild.
Gosh.
Yeah.
It was not just shoulders. Okay.
Nice, just head and shoulders. Crazy work. Okay, wait. I wanted to, because I was firstly, thank you for that. the origin story has now been
That's-
documented.
Yes.
That is now fully transcribed. It exists now.
Mhm.
That is very thorough, and I appreciate you for that.
Mhm,
I
thanks.
want to just like come back to something that JP was sort of doing. And so there's this Japanese idea
Oh yes.
called Ikigai, I
Yes.
think.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Sheesh, that's fine. Good evening. So it speaks about the sort of reason for being,
Mm.
right? And so there's sort of this marriage between or understanding of there's your profession, then there's like just what you do for work, which is like your vocation, and then there's things that you like doing, which is your passion, and then there's things that you're sort of driven to do, your mission. And so what's kind of interesting listening to you right now is that like you were sort of pursuing a profession, but you did it in a passionate way.
Yeah.
And so you, in a way, kind of stumbled on that. Or do you feel like it is actually something that you were actively pursuing?
Okay. A lot of my, I guess I was thinking about this the other day.
In the shower.
Because I even asked myself, like, why did I even make this game? I could have made any other tech project was even more simple, and like I didn't need to go analog first and then into. But then I was like, is it just the need for expression, like creative expression? Because I wouldn't gotten this far if I wasn't driven or there wasn't a creative element. So I don't know. So okay, it's in pencil for now, so but I feel like maybe it is because if I did it for the money, I lost a lot of money. Just saying, like I started off like PC because you must understand coding's free, right? You know what I mean? Like maybe ESCOM, you just pay some units, but like
Only if you upgraded the
oh yeah, oh
meter.
yes, chaos too.
Respectfully.
Okay, decent.
And then afterwards I'm like, okay, now I have to print, and then your money and then it goes into like Nando's whole chicken territory, you know what I mean? Like, and I'm like, hey, I could have fed my family this night. Why am I? Yeah, you know what I mean? And it's like, oh, I could have bought a tire. Like, like, hey, what's going on? So, but even then, I still carried on. So that's why it's the debate I have with myself a lot. I'm like, if it was for the money, then would you still done? But if it is creativity, then you would have. Which one is the one that driven you the most? Like obviously, I do want this to be access. I do want to make money, but it has to be married or coupled with the expression, I guess. Yeah.
So something that I take out of this is just the belief that you have made a concept into a reality.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the times there's so many ideas that we think of we're going to do, or we think we're not good enough, or we're not able to do that. But seeing it, feeling the board, like
Yes.
it's actually here in real life.
Material.
And I think for me, this is so inspiring because it's something that we can all do if we just put in the time and put the work behind it. Because I think a lot of the times we just don't think we can. And now you're making this something that we can do. And to have someone like you in that mix with the list of other board games that people enjoy, I think is just going to be
thanks.
amazing.
But like at least, like to be honest, what you saying, I'm also like, yo, it's a board game. Watching. Like, guys, like it is a lot. It is tough for me because it's like, everybody. I think it's the whole thing of okay. The reason also why I wanted to make this is that I do a lot of things, but I don't always finish. And that's always, and I feel like that's not a unique thing. I think it's almost like a human thing. We all do things that, but then I was like, I need to, this is more to like prove to myself that I could finish it. So whether this thing makes it or not, for me, I made myself happy because I managed to do this. And it's also like, ideas are it's like, how do I say this? It can either be good or bad, but you don't know unless you express it. So for me, it's like, rather execute the idea and see it progress or see it fail than like keep it in your head. You don't want to fail. I don't like failing my head a lot because otherwise then it's also like there's a whole thing and you started seeing like it's a reflection of yourself, but it's like no, it's just a piece of idea. So I was like, let's bring this out, see what happens. If it fail, it fail. But at least I can say like, okay, I made something from start to finish. So that's my main thing for me. So that's what like has also driven me to prove to myself, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have so many things I want to say. Just want to sort of, because I don't think we actually highlighted. So, what is the game called, and what is everything that we're looking at right now?
Okay, so the game is called 33. There are 33 blocks on the board. It is a time-based trivia game. So it follows the conventional format, almost like general knowledge at high school.
Yeah.
You have a describer in your team, and then they have to give as many clues as possible to the rest of your team, and they have to correctly guess within a time frame.
Yeah.
But my catch is that every turn has a unique twist to it. So that is applied by this event deck. So this can either betray you, it can either give you opportunity, or just nothing can happen. But that affects various parts of the game, whether how your points are calculated, the number of players on your team, your time duration that you have, your position on the board, etc. Yeah, so that's how. So each turn is slightly different. Yeah, and I think one of the issues I have with trivia-based games is that it gets a bit redundant. Yeah. So if you always have to think a bit, you have to sidestep. I mean, yeah.
And I was introduced to the game because my friendship group got too good at a certain trivia-based board game. And like I don't want to go there anymore because they always gonna win. Or, you just get there or they cheat. They know the cards. They study the cards. And then one day it just sort of like this dick. I'm out. This deck, the event deck, right?
Yeah.
Sort of saved the day.
Yeah.
And saying by introducing things where like if the leading team go back, rewind, or a thing where like as you get an answer right, the leading team must move back. So stuff like that was like really cool.
I got a phone call for that. A voice note from the rewind thing. Like people were saying like they had an issue with this card. I don't know if it was from your friend group. I was like, what?
Because obviously our friend group kind of like, because I kind of joined it as your friend group. I kind of joined in to be fair. And so they were the ones that were testing the game. And so then more things sort of came up like, oh, this hasn't been ironed out. This hasn't been. And so I'm very proud of how far you've come.
Oh, thank you.
I want to ask this, but I don't know if I'm going to ask it. And then if it's like not the probes, you can just do your thing. So the decision was to then create your own board, create your own question cards. Can you speak on why you did that?
Oh, yeah, because you have to make a fully fledged product. So if you're making a board game, but you only have one piece, like I did want it to have a point where it's like you could apply it to other games, but at the end of the day, rather make a full product. Because imagine you just come with this, and then it's almost like you only bring salad to the braai. You're like, where's your meat, braai? You know what I mean? So like it's a bigger braai, but you bring your salad. So that's what I'm saying. So I was like, so that is like my chops, the boerewors, and the salad. I don't know how else to describe it. I don't know.
It was perfect. It was perfect.
Halal certified. MJC approved.
Face. Okay, JP, do you have any questions on 33?
So, obviously, there is a candid likeness to a similar game, which is something that you're probably going to face or have faced releasing this. How you find that navigating that space to be?
Oh, that's fine because it's trivia based. It's a trivia based game. So it's been played for centuries. So that's why I said I brought up in high school. You had general knowledge. In bars, you have quiz night. So those are the things. It's that. But that's why I have this event deck. Also, the format is changed slightly. So even in board game design, they recommend that if you don't want to start something from scratch, take something that's existing and then put your own spin to it. So like all ideas, even like in music, like sometimes they'll take a sample from that, but then how did you sample it? Did you like chop it up? So something like that, but you need to make sure that it's
unique
enough. But also this is not the final form, right? You know what I mean? Like freezer type of like
No, because I think that's important because it doesn't make it wrong.
No.
It's independent on its own type of game. Which I think is important for us also as a mindset to think that just because there are similarities doesn't mean it's the same thing. Because we need to be able to own our own ideas and take that forward and know that it's not wrong to be inspired by something else, but also make it your own.
What's nice for me is that it's akin to having like Uno and then Uno this and then DOS.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then like there's just a different like just
Snap Uno.
You know what I'm saying? What's also nice, just to throw this in there, is that like you are not creating a knockoff like going to Chinatown and stuff like that. Like you're actually creating an also original, but you're creating your own product. And so I think that's really good because I feel like the whole they don't give a fuck about IP.
Oh, it's not that they. Okay, so in the nexus of intellectual property, there's like copyright, there's trademark, and then there's patent. But also, even if we don't look at the board gaming sphere, we look at like the shoe market, like how many knockoffs are there, and it's so. If like Louis Vuitton, Nike, they're like big, they have a lot of money, but it's very difficult for them to like find a factory from another country. And because first they need to have a private investigator, find out which factories are doing it. And they're smart because sometimes they're like, I'll make the shoelaces there, I'll make like the buttons there, I'll make the shoe there. So now you must find all these things. And then even when you find them, then another one pops up. Then it's like, so it's so deep. So that's why there's like, these YouTube videos or those TikTok videos, you know, when people like eat the shoe to see if it's authentic and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's impossible. It's always going to be somebody who's going to take your stuff. You just make sure like you have to say like, this is the real product. This, and then you also hope that your community will support you instead of like going to the other people. So like,
because that's also the thing for me is that I see this as a great opportunity to support this, to be in a space where we're playing a game that guy that I know created. And I think that is such a unique opportunity because we don't get chances to do that. We don't get chances to support our people in spaces that you will also enjoy it. You will not be let down by playing this game. And you get to enjoy it, but also know that I am assisting in creating that final product.
That's quite nice. Yeah, I do like it. But hey, bro, I must say sometimes the support is wild, bro, because it's like you must understand. How do I say this? When you play test, you get live feedback. So you must have a certain, how do I say, a stomach. Or what is it?
Okay.
How do I say something that's you have to be hard-headed in a sense. Like you have to say because. There's a lot of times where I take this personal because this is like a action on me. So I have to separate because some people are like, I don't like the squad. And you'll be like, I don't like you, man. There's not like that. You have to be like, hey, but it's bad. Like it's bad, but it's like you have to separate that. Like they also, and it's from people like they want to see you succeed. So you gotta separate. There was even one time where I was playing this game and they said, but this is very bad on me. Like, I'm taking ownership, but I'm still going to be petty. He was like, some of the words on these cards are a bit too hard. And then inside I was like, you just don't, man. Like, I'm like, you know what I mean? But like, this is bad. Like, but can you see? It's the whole thing of like, separate. This is good advice.
I think someone needs to tell you it's just a game.
But the thing is, if you work on it for like...
No, I get you. It's a game for everyone else. For you, it's a project. It's your baby.
That's the thing. And then I actually went back and then I looked at it. I did analysis. I was like, actually, nah, it was still right. It was right. But it was so like, it's a lot of pride, man. A lot of pride. So you have to like lead it, associate and be like, this is just idea. What was your mandate before? You said you wanted to succeed or fail. If it failed, then that's fine. Don't like, it's okay.
But, so we spoke about this off the podcast as well, in that you must just let it be.
Away.
It is what it is now. Get the feedback. That's for round 2.
And more than that is another person will appreciate those things. So like you must first increase your sample size. And then look at that feedback and then sort of evolve from there. For now you're taking the small sample size to burst.
But I think that's just a human thing where we focus on like the negatives, even if you have thousands of people saying they like you, and that one person,
unfortunately,
it's just, I don't know if you guys experience that also.
No, it is. And also, I mean, you probably haven't been in many of these spaces, but this game changed changes when some XYZ is involved. so
No.
it takes on a new form. So I mean, we can have a separate sample for the data. We can have a separate sample group for that. I don't mind being a willing participant, and we can extract the information we need from there.
So we want to we asked our audience
Okay.
a question on social media. As always, thank you so much for participating. We really appreciate you. So the question that we asked for this week was, what is your go-to board game? So the options were Snakes and Ladders, 30 seconden, 30 seconds, Monopoly, or Cluedo. I actually want to ask you, firstly, what is your favorite board game that's not on the list or on the list? Firstly, that's the first question. And what do you think was like the ranking order of these? I'm going to read it again. So it's Snakes and Ladders, 30 seconds, Monopoly, and Cluedo.
But 30 seconds has been like a part of my family also. So I have to put it one. It brought us together also.
Yeah.
A lot of fights also. You know, like, hey, it's probably like, and what's it? You can't say the. Or like, yo.
Sounds like.
Wait, let me not bring board game trauma here now. Yeah. Snakes and Ladders lost, but it was for its time, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What is it? Monopoly? Yeah, I'll put Monopoly. What's the other one? Cluedo. I'll put stuff. I'm stuck between whether to put Monopoly slightly higher. I'll put Monopoly 2 and then Cluedo 3 because I haven't played that a lot. I think people more be willing to play Monopoly with me than Cluedo.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what is your favorite board game before I reveal the answer of the poll?
I would say 30 seconds because I know if I bring it out, I can go to like, I don't know, any province and they're like, oh yeah, we play. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What's yours?
Board game. Yo. Like, do I speak from the heart or do I speak like
Speak from
your
the
answer?
heart.
Nah, Monopoly.
Ooh.
Capitalist and all.
Okay.
So, and the reason why I like it is because no one ever plays it. So when we play it, it takes forever, right? Fully so.
Yes.
Okay,
But
that
then
doesn't end.
and then you just get like that feeling, and then like I really enjoyed that, and I like the dice element in it, and yeah. So obviously that would be my favorite. But in a group setting, why Monopoly?
I hate it, bro.
So,
But I'm not the capitalist, so that makes sense.
Again, it wasn't the capitalist. I like construction. I like to build houses. I like to take money. So like it's basically all of this in one.
It's just not capitalism.
Yeah, like what construction's involved? You just put a token on a.
You also go to jail for corruption, and you never the bank because you're stealing from the bank. So it is what it. I'm just living a whole ecosystem. Okay?
Yeah. I feel like you don't go to jail for corruption, but anyway. Do you have a favorite board game, Solo-san?
Oh, it's definitely Catan now. Ever since you guys introduced
Catan is my halal monopoly.
I was a weird thing about a weird thing is that I was like speaking to this guy randomly from Instagram asking for some help, and then he was like, in South Africa there's like 3 types of board games. There's trivia party games, so and then there's like strategy war games, and then it's Catan. Catan is like even with the expansions, it goes crazy.
Yeah. So I will admit it is nice to play Catan, but again,
we have a cult. We have
you guys are
we've been
For me, honorable mention that I must say, my friend from the Netherlands introduced me to Mexican Train.
Okay.
So something I will introduce. It's basically like a larger Chinese dominoes. So, but yeah,
I like
it's
Chinese
very,
dominoes.
very interesting.
I should check that out.
As in invite us?
Yeah,
and let us play.
please.
Yeah, because I have leave now. So.
Inshallah, you heard it here first.
Hello, summer.
So in 4th place is actually Cluedo. People don't fuck with Colonel Mustard. Colonel Mustard.
What's that? Professor Peacock.
Sheesh. And then 3rd is Snakes and Ladders.
That's crazy.
Above Cluedo.
Yeah. A demographic one. I think
That's maybe like a nostalgia type of thing.
Okay, fair. That was a game of its time.
Don't underestimate a good snatch and a good ladder.
Because now listen, crazy. Because you know, like you didn't just have snakes and ladders, man. You turn that thing around, Ludo.
Checkers.
Checkers. You turn that bitch around, pick up sticks.
A yellow bunch of games.
We had that 12 in one shit.
I felt like those arcade, those things that you put in, what was that game stations that we had where it was like 50 games in one? That cartridges.
TV games. From
Like MAME 32.
Nomboard. With Super Mario. Contra.
And Snow Brothers.
Snow Bros. Cadillacs and dinosaurs. Castlevania. Nah. That currency that makes
Double
the
Dragons.
That's a clip. In second place is my least favorite game, Monopoly, but it's fine. I know, like people that like Monopoly, like Monopoly, bro. Like I like it's a dirty
Not with the
word.
credit cards though. Like
It's a
actual
dirty.
money.
You know, because so we 4 brothers now. So like we all 4 brothers. So the game is full, but the squad is full.
Yeah.
So it was always lit. Like we used to play a card game of as all crazy, whatever the case. The squad is full, but Monopoly, bro, we plays religiously. It's a game that doesn't end. The game just finishes.
Yeah.
Anyway.
What it is.
And then in top spot, 30 seconds.
Yeah.
But there was one that was on the list that people commented should
But
have
you
been
see,
on the
but
list.
now you see, people don't respect the question, man.
Yes, yeah.
Favorite board game, and they're like dominoes.
We got the yellow DMs. People were upset in the DMs.
Onspeel net dumps.
People were upset in the
People
DMs.
upset with you and putting that on the list there. Is that.
So, okay,
What
listen.
do we classify DMs as?
A card game.
A card game.
It's a table game.
Okay.
Oh, tabletop game.
It's a
Yeah,
tabletop
I guess
game.
that's the most politically correct.
It's a
Because
card
you don't
game.
play card games.
I said a card
It's
game.
It's a card
airy-fairy.
I feel like it's a table
It's a
game.
card game.
You have to get the.
Bro, if you play Clover, Josh, you're doing that same thing. You're moving it. If you're playing. Nah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, like.
We can just all agree to disagree.
I think, okay, what do you, in the comments, what is a tabletop game?
Yeah.
That's like that's not the words that you
I
use
don't
for
think
example,
But like
like
in the casino, they would like there's the table games and then there's like
Maybe it's too
what?
haram to put.
okay, I know because I know I hear what you're saying. So like for
Yeah.
example, Dungeons and Dragons is a tabletop role playing game,
okay.
but it's a role playing game.
Yeah.
Done
Okay.
on the tabletop.
So Dominoes is a tabletop card game. Then
no.
it's still
You're
it's a
ticky.
card. It's a card
Yeah.
game.
I just-
yeah.
I just can't get over the fact that like a domino is a card.
Yeah.
But
It's-
I'll
Decolonize your mind. Decolonize
Release
your mind.
yourself.
The first
Or
dominoes
mental
were made out of
Like
paper.
embrace the fact
Yeah.
that like,
Nah, I'm lying. I'm just saying. Like-
embrace the fact that like different cultures exist. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Lal actually
Yeah.
has a card game for us.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
So this is a bit of a trivia game. Tabletop trivia game.
And it's called?
Smart Ask.
Smart ask.
Smart Ask, yeah. So how the rules work is there's different categories and he's going to read out a particular topic and we need to give 3 examples
I
of that
think
topic.
let's like just see how far we can.
Oh, just like
Yeah.
you okay,
Okay.
just
As many
release your
reps as
inhibitions.
possible.
Uh,
AMRAP.
Okay.
So
Feel
the
the-
first one we're gonna go with.
What's the category?
Yeah, the modern world.
Okay.
The modern world, and I'm gonna choose South African magazines. I feel
Okay.
like
How many can we
magazines-
name?
Magazines is
Yo.
like. Do you guys still read magazines?
Bro, you en huisgenoot.
go.
Sudoku puzzles.
Okay.
You say
Staple.
that's like a staple in your house.
Not in my house.
So that's
But
what I mean, like
but
in,
if-
in,
to fetch
in
it,
your
yes.
house. Like
In
when last
my
have you-
house.
When last have you had a magazine in your house? Like when last did you
Yo.
buy a magazine in the
Bro.
shop?
A magazine.
Yeah, but like
So South African magazines in the modern age. Is that what you're saying? Do you have a magazine that you think
Rizadi.
I only have
represents
the U
everything?
magazine.
Only the U?
The big issue.
The big issue. That's a good one. That's a good
Is
one.
that the one that they always sell at the streets?
Yeah.
Did we say dram?
No, we didn't say
Did
that.
we say sari?
Yeah.
Is it sari Marie or is it sari?
No, just
I think
Sari.
it's just
Sari,
Like
no?
Sari.
Yeah.
Is
What's that one?
Cosmopolitan ours?
Yes, SA, yes.
Is it a South
Cosmopolitan.
African one?
There is a South African one, yes. Jovan was
My
right.
father's favorite one was Getaway, my bro.
Getaway.
Ooh, okay, yeah.
That was like
actually,
the yellow
that's
camping.
Side deck?
Yeah.
Super Strikers?
Oh,
That was
W.
Yo,
was that a
W.
magazine?
It's a magazine.
Yeah.
It's a magazine.
Did your guys Super Strike also come in the newspaper? Like
Loki,
ours would
yeah.
come like on a Tuesday or whatever.
Yeah.
Loki,
Yo,
yeah.
throwback.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was
Oh.
lekker, man.
Shaolin Soccer? Shout out.
That was lekker.
Yeah?
Okay, give us another
Another
one.
one,
I
Nela?
feel like.
Okay.
We cooked in that
Oh,
one,
yeah.
though. Yeah,
No,
yeah.
stop. Actually, do two more.
Yeah. Okay, let's see how you guys do with this one. It's arts and literature.
Okay.
So the thing is going to be styles of ballroom dancing.
Oh.
The Waltz? The
Waltz. Okay. Waltz.
Mm.
Salsa.
I don't know if
Salsa?
that's
It's
ballroom.
tango.
Isn't that
Tango.
Latin
Isn't it
American?
ballroom Latin?
Foxtrot.
Ooh,
But
I
it
don't
was
know.
like all
Okay.
under ballroom.
Yeah,
Foxtrot.
ballroom Latin.
Foxtrot. Paso Doble.
Hey.
Oh,
Okay.
we throw it. Oh, we actually
Okay.
throw it. Nah, then I'm here, bro.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bachata.
Yo.
Rumba.
Rumba.
Okay.
Samba. Tango.
Ew.
Not the Oros drink.
Ew. That's what I used to watch Dancing with the
Yes,
Stars.
Dancing with the Stars. Yeah.
What was it? Strictly Come Dancing.
Bro. So you think you can
So,
joke?
yeah.
And then the best one was America's Best Dance
Bro.
Crew.
Easy. Yes.
Goated.
Jabberwockies.
Goated.
Yeah.
Jabberwockies. Goated.
Yeah.
One more,
Goated.
Dela.
So
One
good.
more, one more for the
So
boys.
Sure.
He really cooked it. He was like, yeah, I'm ready.
He was warmed up.
He was
No,
warmed
there's
up.
there's a place in, I think it's Mojo Market, where you can go there and have a free for all there. Play the numbers. Yeah, you can come for free and for all. Shout out. I'll see you there Monday nights.
All right, let's get the third one. We can do sport.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go for tennis majors.
Oh my God.
Yo.
Roland Garros.
Major, so French Open.
The French
French
Open.
Open.
Okay, Wimbledon.
Wimbledon. Yeah.
Australian Open.
Mm-hmm.
US Open.
Oh, you're just leaving locations plus open.
No, but like he's
That's what it's called.
Yeah.
he's
I'm
actually
so
right.
sorry.
He's actually
Location
right.
plus open.
He's
I'm so
overachieving.
sorry.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Those are the.
I think those
are
are
the
the-
four
those are
major
the four
ones, and
majors.
then there's obviously like sub ones.
Yeah.
But I don't necessarily
You,
know.
you did the job.
I don't
They
necessarily.
just
know.
asked for majors. So those
Yeah,
are
I
the
actually don't
majors.
know. 'cause-
Sure.
Do you know the order of them?
Oh,
That would be like
Let's-
bonus
let me
points.
try, let me try.
Wow.
The first one of the year
Oh.
Like it's Australia.
Australian, yeah.
is right.
Australian,
Just
yeah.
I feel like US is like
Lost. I think that's
Lost.
lost. I think that's lost. Wimbledon's third.
I think Wimbledon's third,
Wimbledon's third. So
and then French, is in the middle.
Either let's Google it. Either French is
I think we got it
second
right.
or last.
But I think we got it right.
I think Australian is definitely first.
Australian is 100%.
but French is the clay one, right?
Yeah.
French is the clay
So
one, and
I
Rafael
think-
Nadal.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
Cool. Let's retire.
you watch
now.
tennis. Sorry, I just.
Nah.
Okay, I was like,
Yeah.
I was like, we lost my man. Let's send a search party.
Paddle though.
You play paddle. Oh, you're a capitalist.
Whoa. What's going on?
God, you don't play that for fun. You play that for the network.
Oh.
You're not
Same like
trying
the
to.
running club.
You're not trying to sweat. You're trying to make friends in high places.
Nah, running club, you're looking for a wife.
Oh, my. Yeah.
Get me one for me. I'm sweating.
Oh, wait.
Yo. Everyone's summer. It's Paul's fanning. Oh, wait. No. The moon pies is moon pies. We actually we want because we have to. JP's ripping the merchandise today. There's a game from the bowl, a series of hypothetical questions, and the game is called Say My Now. Give him one. Oh, you know you. Sorry.
Oh.
Go.
Say my now.
Mm-hmm.
You could add one power up from a video game into real life, what would it be and how would it affect your everyday life?
Cooked.
Ooh. Wait, so any video game?
Any video
Any
game.
video
One power up.
That's amazing, bro.
Yo. I wouldn't say even power. I want to take like the skill tree or something.
Okay.
Go for it.
Yeah, like a skill tree from like Dabble or stuff like that. Put that in. Increase your knowledge.
Describe it.
So like if you have a skill tree, you can either be you can focus on your strength, you have various abilities, or your intellect or your manner and stuff like that. So I think I would have like a
And
skill
as you
tree.
go on, does it unlock different
Yeah, so I still have a
branches?
journey, man. You know
I
what
still
I
have a
mean?
journey,
Yeah.
yeah.
Whereas like if I say teleportation, then it's like
It's just going to
done.
be teleportation, full stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
And do you get enough XP to
Yeah,
unlock the next thing?
basically, yeah.
Yeah, with every year that
Oh,
goes
yeah.
by.
Yeah.
I like that. I like it. Like God of War vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm thinking the thing you get is there a thing that you get in Snow Bros where you can just freeze everything?
Is it?
Because
Like there's the one thing that you just like the whole.
there's also the one where your thing goes further,
Yeah.
the distance
Yes.
one, and then
Yeah.
that one that's thick. Pause.
Yes.
And then there's anyway. I just want. I think I want the Pac-Man power up there, where all the ops can just be stationary.
And then
all the ups.
and then you eat them up afterwards.
Yeah.
Pause, bro. Is that what you say? That's what
No, that I can just
Breathe.
do where I can
Yeah.
just. It's like a time stop, and I can like my ops can leave me alone.
Okay.
That's the
So
power
I'm
up
gonna
one.
be a bit different.
Go
there.
for it. Go for it.
So I want the cheat code to San Andreas to apply in real life.
Can you name one? Can you name a code now?
No. I can't give that much power to my ops. But that would be my that would be my power up that I.
What? Okay, so
Mm.
because for me, San Andreas was disgusting. Like the amount of cheat codes.
Yeah.
Like just the and just
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the point.
That's the point.
I know, but like at some point, like you know what I'm saying. That's why my favorite was Vice City. I just wanted to ask you,
Oh.
what was your favorite GTAs? Was it San Andreas?
Unfortunately.
It has to be like for me,
Yeah.
GTA 5 though, because of like how
Oh,
online,
okay.
like,
Yeah.
your GT 5 online is insane.
But has anybody finished a GTA like halal?
No.
Like yeah, okay. Like no cheat
The
codes.
pre ones, man, like Mafia.
Yo.
Yeah, definitely finished those.
Mm.
And I feel like I finished
You have
Vice
played the
City.
game for long enough. I was have to take it back.
From the video store.
Mr. Video.
I never clock boy.
Yeah.
Chip boy.
Hey,
Chippy
Just a
boy.
scare.
The music's
Just a scare.
The music's
Just a scare.
The
Music Express.
Yeah, please
On
cover
this
us,
podcast
cover us.
If
is
you
allegedly
know,
Right
bro.
circle.
Chip and dub, bro. Yo, that man smaak give low calls, bro. Nuts.
Right te wacht, hectic.
Oh, okay. Say my now, you could make one sport playable in zero gravity. Wow.
Wow.
Which would you choose to play and watch?
Just on a side note, have you seen trampoline basketball?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
sounds
It's
crazy.
cool.
Crazy. But I wouldn't want that to be zero gravity. I just
Okay, someone's cooking.
No, like, let's make it variable gravity.
okay.
So, like, nah, man, like, because currently the game is obviously being played, let's call it in one plane.
Yeah.
Imagine you could play it in like 3D and stuff. Like you play Quidditch basically. Like imagine you could play a sport like that.
What Dragon Ball Z Tenkaichi basically. Basically, that's what you want, like MMA, but you can fly around. And like, so basically Goku but as a Vegeta. Like it just sounds like
Maar zo through my whole steel. Damn.
That would be dope.
That would be
Yeah.
sick, bro. Especially to watch.
Yeah.
Yo. Damn. What's yours?
That was my one.
I love that. I love that.
Because
idea.
I was thinking now, like playing hockey, like just being able to then use different planes now. And then that's why I said variable gravity will need to be, because otherwise the balls is gonna go to
It's
just
just- yeah.
that'll be ridiculous. That'll be insane. Like playing hockey, but like Quidditch, but like hockey, and then have multiple goals. I would watch the cut of that, because I feel like watching hockey sucks. Field hockey, boring. Like offense. Field hockey watching is boring.
Okay.
Unless you're playing it.
Playing field hockey is fine, but I don't know if you've watched playing field hockey. It's very difficult to break down, and everyone's like, "Shot it!"
Yeah.
Because it
Like
is always.
they just need the short corner, like you need it, like you know what I'm saying. But
But is that not because the skill level is just so high that they get it?
I guess possibly, but like just like whereas when you're younger, like the skill level is lower, so the game looks more fun.
Yes.
I guess, yeah. But like, yeah. So for me, watching field hockey is boring. But like,
I do like the different planes idea. I think that will definitely add an additional element. But maybe at zero gravity,
yeah, zero gravity stuff.
I would probably put like shooting at zero gravity. It's gonna take forever. Or they can just like the judges will just judge the way the shot goes instead of where it lands.
Wait, man. As a physicist, as an engineer, does it make sense?
It will just go if there's no external force applied to
It will just
then
go,
it'll
no?
forever.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Because then you have your drop, but if it just goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking like zero gravity means that like it's just gonna go straight. Like Newton's first law. It's not gonna do what you think it's gonna do. That's not gonna do what you think it's gonna do.
There's Arwen Tiki on you now.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
It's fine. I get it.
I'm like, I don't think it's gonna do what you think it's gonna do.
I get it.
Brother. I'm so sorry, brother.
It's fine. It's
Yeah.
fine.
It'd be like
that.
that. It'd be like that. Anyway, we've come to the end of our show, and we like to give our guests the opportunity to do two things. So first thing is, I want you to sort of like plug, promote, share where people can find you.
Oh.
And then the second thing is provide a message to your younger self.
Sure.
Start with the first one.
I don't know if you're implying that I'm old, you know what I mean? Because like.
Hi, bro. Come on now.
Okay.
Hi, bro. We're all like the same.
It's
man.
fine. We can talk about it in Min Diesel Club.
Yeah.
Okay, my board game's 33 trivia based board game. You can find me on Instagram. Just DM me if you want a board. Yeah, limited edition. Yeah, only because of funds. It's expensive, guys. Like board games.
Yeah.
Oh, what's the other one? Oh,
A message to your younger self.
what's it called? I guess. Yeah, I mean, you're doing well. It's okay, you know. Yeah.
Lekker.
That is
well.
like
Straight to
okay,
it.
straight
Yeah.
to the point.
I actually forgot about like what I want to say, but we actually want to do a giveaway.
I'm glad you remembered.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The GenC and the C's for caregivings. I don't know. It didn't work. Anyway, so we actually. Because I was gonna say charity day, and I was like, no, that's not gonna work, brother. That's not gonna work.
That's
So
smart.
it's giving old age. I know. And the C's we can't spell words.
Yeah.
And so we actually wanted to, we partnered with Nabeel from 33, and we're going to give away 2 of the game sets with the board and everything to 2 lucky followers, subscribers. What do you think they should do, JP?
So tag who they're going to play with.
Yeah.
First of all, I think that's always a good place to start. They need to be following 33 and GenC in order to be thrown into the board. And you had something specific?
Now I was thinking, please also share, like, if you could add a like name or thing or thought to the card, like you know what I'm saying, like what you'd like. For example, in 33 seconds, there's the added Zol
Okay.
for the minister. When people they put saliva, so like so please comment who you'd play with and what word you'd like to actually see as
Like
part
modern
of
pop culture. type.
modern pop culture that you see. And
Or
please.
anything actually. Like, I have like there's a grade 9 textbook in one.
Okay.
Actor Bat. I don't know if you know. No.
Is that not the
Your
one that
frozen
Rizan was
monster.
in?
Yo.
And if you like
Yo.
this content,
Yes.
JB clearly does.
thank you for listening to us on the audio platform.
Thanks.
This is like really wrapping up the end of 2024. And so we really appreciate you for listening to us and for following us on the different social media. Like, just please continue to like, share, subscribe, and the notification bell.
And we out.
A couple of dictionary. Peace.